Hey guys, Mike here with Discount Forklift. Right behind me is going to be your 4,000-pound electric stand-up reach Raymond, named Diane, as you can see the name tape here. Before I get into the lift here, I'm going to show you guys about this goodie bag that we include with every purchase when you guys end up getting a lift from us. It comes up with this awesome Lift Hero hat. We do have a nice company t-shirt. That's what the back of it looks like. Here's the front. Now, some of the most important stuff that we include with this, which is going to save you guys some time and energy, is going to be your troubleshooting guide. So we had our top technicians basically put their heads together. The most common problems, which could either be user error or something to look into, are included in this. And then to help you guys, we have an equipment maintenance guide that goes over the process of maintaining a machine like this, such as the lead acid battery, for example, of how to keep it properly watered and maintained so it actually lasts a long time. You also have some logs here where you can do inspections. I always recommend keeping these in the book and just doing photocopies out of it so you guys have the original source. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything back in here. We're just going to keep that on there because it'd actually be stable. So to kind of go over this lift, you can kind of see the control area. You've got your steering wheel here, you've got your ignition, you've got your gauges up here, you have your controls right here. So your reach function is actually going to be two buttons that are basically your middle finger and index finger, or your ring finger is going to be what controls to extend out, go backwards. This is actually going to be your tilt function or side shift, and then this is actually to raise or lower the mast. And then where your index finger is on this side, there's a button which controls the horn. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the horn button. So to maintain it safely, make sure you guys have good gauge of those controls. If you look on the mast here, we actually have our service sticker right here, which is great. Our top mechanics actually went through this to make sure it was going to be reliable. You could also see the safety painted forks, which are painted red with yellow tips. Allows for safety. It's much easier to see in low lit conditions. And what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to hop in this, show you guys the controls, show you how it works. So I'm going to fire this thing on. You'll hear it click on. Just like that. Gives you a little honk to basically say it's ready. When you guys saw in here, you guys would notice that there's actually a pedal. That pedal basically is not like a car pedal, for example, where you're accelerating, or a brake pedal. What you have to do is stand on that, and that actually loosens up the emergency brake, so that way you can actually move this around and function it. So to maintain safely, if you need to let off of it to basically stop in case something gets carried away, all you have to do is let your foot off of it, and it's going to stop and halt right there. So now you hear it kick on. I'm going to raise up the mast a little bit so we're not dragging the forks. I just honked the horn with that. So the thing with these lifts that people need to maintain is the awareness that these things can actually go pretty fast. If you're not careful, this can sneak up on you. So, but they are very handy lifts, very maneuverable, tight spaces, high up aisles, things like that. See, I can just go backwards too. So, since I don't have a backup alarm, you can use the horn to do that. But again, you can have much tighter turning radius with this. Lots, moves pretty great. Like I said, I'm just taking it easy with it because these things can definitely move. They have no lag whatsoever. So, all right. So let's say if I'm driving, I take my foot off. That's basically what that does. So as a safety precaution, all you have to do is let your foot off that pedal, and it will stop. All right. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm now going to do the mast controls. So I'm going to go ahead and raise this up. I'm going gonna go lower it down. So when you lower it down, just keep your thumb pressing on it because it has a little hesitation, but that's just a safety feature built in. And then here's where it extends out. So I'm actually using my middle finger to press that button. My ring finger now retracts that. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Very smooth. And this is obviously to get a pallet in and out because you have outriggers down there. So if you're at a shelf or something and try to get up to it, it's not gonna work out too well for you. So that's why that feature exists. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is your tilt function, just like that. Tilting up and down. And then your side shift. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off because one last thing I have to show you. When you guys step inside here, you guys are gonna see the data tag located right here. That's gonna have all the important information you need on your forklift, such as your serial number, your model number, your capacity, what the capacity is going to be rated with the forks 6 inches off the ground as well as all the way to the top. Since there's a D rate, this is a safer way of gauging that. And this comes from the factory, obviously. So all the important information is going to be located on there. Super easy to look at and view and see for yourself.
All right, here's your charger for Diane down here. Pretty easy. Plug it in like so. And then you'll see down here, we've got our lights and our panel going.